change in plants. In plants, almost every part respires. Oxygen obtained from the atmosphere diffuses in through stomata in leaves, lenticels present in the old stems, general surface of the roots. Respiration through stomata. Stomata are small apertures found on the surface of the leaf. For the process of respiration, oxygen enters stomata by the process of diffusion and then into other cells of the leaf. This oxygen is utilized in the breakdown of glucose to carbon dioxide and water. This does not occur in a single step, but in a series of steps. When concentration of carbon dioxide increases inside the cells, it is diffused out through stomata. Respiration through lenticels. Lenticels are the openings in the bark of woody stems. They also serve as a place of gaseous exchange. Respiration through general surface of the roots. Plowing or tilling of the soil creates small air spaces around soil particles, which provide the sources of oxygen for the roots. This oxygen present between the soil particle diffuses into root hairs, which are the extension of the epidermal cells of the root by the process of diffusion. From the root hairs, oxygen diffuses into other cells of the root. After utilization of oxygen, carbon dioxide is diffused out into the soil. In older roots, there are no root hairs present. Instead, they have a layer of dead cells which is protective in nature and encloses small openings. These are used for gaseous exchange between soil and inner living cells. Respiration takes place both in the presence and in the absence of sunlight. In the presence of sunlight, the stomata are open. Photosynthesis is in progress and the oxygen thereby produced is used for respiration. The carbon dioxide produced during respiration is used in photosynthesis. Excess gases formed are given out through stomata. In the absence of sunlight, the stomata are closed. There is less oxygen in the air spaces between cells than in the atmosphere outside the plant. So, oxygen diffuses into the plant through the lenticels and the stomata. Carbon dioxide produced during respiration at night diffuses out through the lenticels and the stomata.
This organ ensures that none of its cells are far from the external environment, and also the leaf provides a nice large surface area for exchange. So here's the structure of a typical plant leaf. Starting from the top, we have the waxy cuticle. Now this is important for waterproofing the leaves and for a small amount of protection. Next we've got the upper epidermis, which we don't really need to worry too much about. Below that we have the palisade mesophyll layer. Now this is really rich in chloroplasts. Loads of photosynthesis is going to happen here. Look at the way the cells are arranged. They're crammed in to make sure the maximum amount of light possible can be absorbed, and they're also arranged vertically, increasing the likelihood of light striking chlorophyll molecules within the chloroplasts. And we're going to explore that more in A2 Unit 4. Moving down, we've got the spongy mesophyll layer, and here we've got loads of air spaces to allow the gases to circulate when they're diffusing to and from the external environment. Then we've got the vascular bundle over here. And this is made up of xylem and phloem, and these are transport vessels for water and ions and other such things. We'll worry about these guys in another video too. Then we've got the lower epidermis, nothing too exciting here, except the fact that this layer contains many stomata, and these are the pores of the leaf. So how does this structure help exchange? Well, we've got a nice large surface area due to the thinness and flatness of the leaf, and the stomata allow many roots into and out of the leaf. And finally, the spongy mesophyll allows air to diffuse around quite freely. So we're going to have a look at the stomata in more detail. So just a side note to say that stomata is plural, and if you want to talk about the singular form, that's going to be stoma. So stoma is singular, stomata is plural. So these are tiny, tiny pores surrounded by a pair of guard cells. They allow gas exchange to be controlled, so it only occurs when necessary. And this is to limit the amount of water lost to evaporation, which is also pretty useful, because you're going to lose quite a bit of water if you have your stomata open all the time. So this whole opening and closing of stomata is based around a compromise. The plant needs to exchange gases with the environment, but it doesn't want to lose too much water, so it's got to be carefully controlled. So guard cells are going to control the opening of the stomatal pores by carefully manipulating water potential and harnessing the awesome power of osmosis. To open the stomata, ions move into the guard cells, making the water potential more negative. And hey look, water follows by osmosis. The cells become more turgid and the pore opens. So to close the pore, the opposite happens. It's really quite clever. So let's summarise the whole thing.